Greetings everyone, welcome back. It's Fleo, Leo, whatever you want to call me. Today we have our lineup builder for game week 249 and I'm very excited about it. I did record one earlier, but then I realized, or I recorded one yesterday, I was going to upload it. I made a bunch of purchases. I realized it wasn't really worth it to upload it. So today, kind of bought into the hype. I did a lot of research about MLS. Been doing a bit of research prior, and then of course with the first weekend of games, coming to a close, a bunch of players played well, bought into the hype a little bit, probably cost myself a bit of money, but I had it to spend. I want to be in it. I want to get some rewards. I'm really excited about it. So today, first, we're going to talk about my purchases. I have bought four cards today. And specifically, my big one is Earl Edwards. Now we can see here, says did not play. He was certainly the biggest kind of risk, and there's a reason why I did it. Now he scored 58 points in fantasy terms, essentially. Did not play prior. He does play on the Revolution, whose starting goalie is certainly Matt Turner, but Matt Turner's injured for the time being. No timetable on his return. Could be soon, but could be a little bit. Either way, I'll get a couple of games out of him. But also Matt Turner actually is linked with Arsenal, if not already signed with Arsenal and leaving in the summer of Arsenal's summer essentially. So maybe he fills into that role for the year following. He's about 30 now. This is a couple years old, I think. So in my mind, it was a fine pickup. It's expensive, certainly, but I wanted a goalie. Last time I was starting a goalie that did not play and I didn't expect to play. So I wanted a goalie that was playing. So that was my big purchase. Then Corey Burke for $20. Now, once again, a player that stat-wise didn't look stellar with 38 here, but he scored 71 in his debut. Bought for $20. And I have a whole spreadsheet. If we look it up here, was doing a bunch of data. And we can kind of see, I pulled up a whole bunch of tabs, kind of just each team's scoring list, and just a lot. I was doing a lot of research here, and one thing I acknowledged is that he was the cheapest of some of the top scorers, and I thought, hey, if he's going to fill into that role, play really well, I'm excited about it. I have a couple guys to fill in, including where is it? Mason Toy, who's hurt. They definitely are looking like they need him because Montreal, they got dominated by Orlando in my mind. They had a couple opportunities which they believe Mason Toy hopefully could fill in and kind of be that a striker that they need him to be. So for the time being, I have Zardes, who came off the bench, played all right, but I picked up Burke for 20. Picked up Dave Romney, him specifically, for about 12 to 15. He played all right. I just feel like my defenders, I was banking on Graham Zusi and Antonio Carlos. Now, Antonio Carlos had a great game. Graham Zusi, not so stellar. They did get run by Atlanta United, I believe. So certainly maybe not the best game to portray him, but we'll see. I'm happy with him, but I also brought on two defenders in Dave Romney and Tristan Blackman. So Tristan Blackman for $10 was one of the top scorers once again with 77 points. Now maybe it's a fluke, but the Los Angeles looks very nice right now. I believe in reference of Los Angeles, this is LAFC. I'm assuming. I'm 99.9% sure, but I was more so looking at the stats for him. I didn't watch that game specifically. Of course, though, a younger defender, I think he can fill into a role. Both these guys are under 30. I mean, everyone on their cards under 30. I think these two are over 30 or at 30. But in this sense, this is my pickup, so it changed my lineup. So now for the midweek, I'm going to be honest. None of these teams have games. I think I have one player playing in all of the lineups. Yeah, one player here. As you can see how many lineups I have. Two players in all of my lineups. So first, we'll start with common. Obviously, you get the bonus if you play them, of course. So I started Allison, my go-to common goalie. The Liverpool just won, but he didn't play in the competition. Nilsson, Seawall was the only one playing, so I tossed him in here. Maybe he drops 100 and I get some crazy bonus and get some rewards somehow. But of course, I had to throw him in here. We're getting the 100% rewards either way. We have Musa Dembele, who in this week, I'll go over my rewards when we get them in 2 days. And then Skiri, just toss him in. I didn't really know. Didn't really matter. Toss one more guy in. He was averaging the most. And then next we have our lineup. So I bought a bunch of people, as we can see. And now, obviously, I have enough money, or not enough limited cards to build 3 lineups in under 23. an All-Star, and an Americas one. No, I'm certainly focusing on Americas, but I have enough players to throw in some other lineups here and there. Maybe go crazy and get some rewards. Really unlikely for the time being, unless because I'm mostly focusing on America and kind of learning a bit through there. But Antonio Carlos, Corey Burke, Paxton Pomykal. I kept Granzusian and Edwards Jr. Of course, none of these guys have games. It didn't really matter. Just I think this is the lineup I'm going to go to, and of course you can just transfer it over to next week. So I think I was just saying, I think that's who I'm going to start. Now our under 23, toss them all in here. No one really had games over the weekend. Luke Browers, I think, was the only one who played. Actually, Mercan came off the bench, I believe. Either way, didn't do too well. And then Halamia, if that's how I say it, only one to have a game here. Toss some more players in here. Zardes, I definitely should toss the captain on him, because he's the only one with a game. I mean, it doesn't really matter, but with that being said, it's limited lineups. Then, of course, tossed my common lineups together. Of course, made sure to use all the limited cards in here, but also some of the commons I plan to use to build some fun lineups on the weekends and whenever there's midweek competition. So, game week 250, I think that is my week. Of course, I say I'm really excited for it every time. Still have about $70 to work with in here. Maybe I'll buy a big player or something like that, but maybe I'll put some more in. I'm not too sure. With that being said, though, that is my lineup, and I'm happy about it. One day I'm going to be able to get these weekly lineups in. I'm very curious. And of course, the thing to mention is that tomorrow is a big day. It's Monday, and they start off with the auctions. Where is it? Scouting season begins tomorrow. As we can see here, tomorrow there's a whole bunch of leagues that are auctioning off cards, including the MLSPA. So I have a bunch of players on my list who don't have cards yet that are going to get them, hopefully. So thank you all for watching. Have an excellent evening, morning, night, whatever you're watching. Peace.